Today I wanted to talk a little bit about revision. It is a tool in the creative person's arsenal that I think is underused, certainly in my case. I believe it is the most powerful tool, and it is the way to take something from just good to great. Without revision, masterpieces wouldn't be possible. So, revision is basically a revisioning. I mean, it's right there in the word. How can you miss that? It's different than just editing something. Revisioning is different. Revisioning is a special process. It's where you take your idea and you distill it down to its core, and from there you find out whether the direction that you had originally planned for it is the right direction, or whether you need to change directions. And revising is something that I've always really struggled with, because as a writer and creator, I am terrified of shitty first drafts. And what is a shitty first draft, you say? Well, a shitty first draft is you allowing yourself to create wildly, without abandon, or with abandon. I can't remember which line it is. The point is, the initial creative process is not a clean one. It is rife with mistakes and errors, and honestly, that is a feature, not a bug. Because in order to create, you're trailblazing. You're going somewhere you personally have never gone before, and you're trying to find your way. So yeah, you're going to make some wrong turns. You're going to have some mistakes, some errors, some things that just don't make sense. And that's okay. You have to have the foresight to allow yourself to make shitty first drafts. Because without shitty first drafts, you don't have anything to work with. And that's really something that I've always really struggled with. Allow myself to make those mistakes. I am very fond of editing as I go, which is a terrible idea, and to not allow myself to just go with the flow and make the messiest draft that I need to make in order to get my ideas out on the paper. But in doing so, I've really deprived myself of the joy of revising, of the revisioning process. To have a core idea and then be able to see what turns it makes that aren't quite working, and be able to apply your more analytical mind to seeing where they do work better. And that's actually a process that I'm going through right now with Pantheon, my game. That name is probably not going to be the final name. We're going to have to brainstorm some new names, which is fine. That's, again, part of the revisioning process. But what I thought the game was at first turns out to not work quite so well, or be as fun. And in revising, I'm actually getting closer to the actual game that I had in my mind when I first conceived of it. I have become a big proponent of the revising process, and every author that I hold in high esteem really pushes that process of just vomiting out your ideas into a shitty first draft, and then taking the debris and the mess and shaping it and cutting it and reforming it and revising it into something that is closer to the original vision. And I think that's about it for me today. Corey, I look forward to whatever you have tomorrow, and I will see everybody on Wednesday.